Raptorians, what's up? It's once again Adon Moss with his colleagues, Oren Weisfeld, Sahal Abdi. We are on video numero dos of the awards draft that we have concocted because we're bored and it's late August and we're waiting for something other than Rico Hines runs to do. If this is your first time tuning in, go check out video 1. We draft the MVPs.
Go check out video 1 for the banter. We're done bantering.
Yeah, this is we're going to cut and dry.
There's no pre-game, yeah.
No, we're going straight to it. I don't care what Oren did for the summer, probably nothing. Like, we're going straight to it. So this is the lowdown. We're doing a draft, and it says 5 rounds in the rules. I didn't want to make another poster. We're doing 4 rounds because it's rookies, and it gets a little bit, vague as the names go further down the list, or pointless maybe. So the rules go as such. We're going to draft 4 rookies. It's going to be a snake draft. At the end of the year, the top 3 vote getters, because in the rookie of the year, only 3 rookies or they only release the votes for the top 3 rookies. We will get points. So, for example, I took Scotty Barnes last year. He finishes first. I get 5 points. Whoever took Evan Mobley would get 4 points, and whoever took Cade Cunningham would get 3 points. The one twist is if there is a rookie that we choose who gets first, second, or third, and their odds, their Vegas odds are plus 2,000 or more, there's a multiplier effect of 2. So, for example, if Scotty Barnes had been plus 2,500 preseason and he won, I wouldn't get 5 points. I would get 10 points. And that's how we're going to do this for the other award drafts. But that's neither here nor there. The only reason why we're doing this is so that we can have bragging rights at the end of the year and we can incentivize people to think outside the box and not just be cookie cutter answers like Oren's entire MVP choices last year. You guys shut the hell up so I can get this out of the way, or what?
I'm sorry.
There's a lot to go through here.
So, no, that was great. That was great. They understand.
We're doing rookies.
We have a very smart audience. We're the smartest.
Yeah, it's the same 20 people, so they get it by now. So we're gonna go right to it. Any questions from you fellas? Oh, we got to do the draft order. Very important.
Okay, I think I should get the first pick because I got the 3rd in the last draft, but
no, but it's all the same.
In the sake of parity. Yeah. In the sake of
I like that you haven't figured out that you don't have to put in 8 teams to figure out the order.
Actually, you do, Aiden.
You can't put in 3?
You can't see this drop-down menu. No, 8 is the minimum. Anyways, here we go.
Wrong website.
Who's gonna start?
That's unfair. That's unfair. That's unfair.
Again.
Same thing.
All right, fine. Flip
Same
it.
No,
flip it then.
Fine. I'm gonna order us.
Okay. Well, this
really you want to flip it? Do you want to trade picks? Do you want?
I don't want to trade picks, but if you feel like it's unfair,
then just go.
Well, then quit your whining. I like how this is getting spicy already.
I'm done.
Good. And I'm getting hot. Because you guys notice if you watch the MVP version, this sunlight right here, this little ray of sunlight, it wasn't there before. And it's slowly creeping towards my face. So by the time we get to the middle of this, guys, if you just don't see my face at all, just keep going. I'm still there.
Okay. This is apropos for me because I have first overall pick in my dynasty, and I've got to choose a rookie this year. And Chet Holmgren's not on this list because of his Lisfranc injury to his foot, which I believe is a ligament somewhere, and he's out for the year, which is absolutely tragic. And it would have been difficult for me to choose between the two of them, Paolo Banchero being the other. To me, this is a no-brainer. Paolo is the number 1 pick. We don't have to get too far into it, but Orlando is looking to make Paolo the guy in Orlando. He's going to get a lot of reps. They're going to run the offense through him. He'll hopefully succeed. And this could just be like a runaway from the get-go. His odds are like demonstrate that. He's plus 180. The next guy is Keegan Murray at plus 550. So I'm going Paolo Banchero first overall.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah,
I think he's going to win.
We're all going to probably go Paolo number one.
But anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. No one probably saw Scotty Barnes last year, right? So
that's a good point. We're at the stage right now, right? Because we're not going to, neither one of us is going to lie to you guys and say we're rookie,
experts.
We know a lot about all these guys on the list, from Paolo Banchero all the way down to the bottom of the screen, Walker Kessler. But that first, I'd say 10 or so names we're all pretty familiar with. I think I can speak for myself at least. And this is why the first pick is going to be tough, because there's a few guys I want to pick here. I do want to pick the Canadian really bad, Benedict. And then there's Jaden Ivey, who just has like the swagger. Like I love Jaden Ivey. Like, he just comes from a basketball family. Keegan Murray lit up Summer League. And then Jabari Smith is just playing with like G League Ignite essentially. So I'm gonna go Jaden Ivey.
Fuck you. Fuck you both, actually. In fact, fuck you both.
I'm gonna go Jaden Ivey. I just think playing beside Cade Cunningham is going to make his life a lot easier. And I think the Pistons made a mistake, with all due respect to Killian Hayes, in drafting him that highly a few years ago. I feel like he was just, not to say he's not going to be a good basketball player. He's in the Rico Hines. I feel like Rico Hines is going to keep coming up. We might as well tag him at the end, the bottom of these.
We should invite him to the next draft.
We should, yeah. I'm going to go Jaden Ivey, electric player, so much fun to watch. He played Oren. Again, I'm not a rookie expert, but I'm pretty sure he played for Purdue in college. Was it Oren?
Yeah.
Aiden?
Yeah, he did.
Basketball family, mother basketball player. I'm going to go Jaden Ivey. Has the swagger, has everything. Like, he's just, I'm going to go Jaden Ivey. But again, there's a couple other guys that are great picks as well that Oren's probably going to take.
I like Jaden Ivey because, as I said on the over-under pod, I think Detroit is going to challenge for a playoff spot. I think they're going to surprise people and be pretty competitive. And yeah, I think him and Cade in the backcourt. Unfortunately, what you're hearing is someone vacuuming. I can't do anything about it.
I can barely hear that, to be honest.
So yeah. On my turn, okay, I got 2 picks. I am mad. Those were the top 2 I was going to take. But okay, I'll go Jabari Smith Jr. for my one pick, and then I'll go Benny Mathurin for my other pick. Yeah. Honestly, I'm probably just Keegan Murray is probably an obvious. I might have effed up there, but I just don't believe in the Sacramento Kings, as I have expressed. I don't believe in the infrastructure around him to succeed. I don't believe they're going to win. And it's important to note that, like, usually it's not about winning with Rookie of the Year. Last year was an anomaly, but I don't know. There's just so much stink around the Kings organization that I don't want to go there. I think Jabari is going to have the ball a decent amount. And I think he's going to defend at a high level. He's going to hit some threes, and then and then I think Benedict, he's kind of an unlikely pick to actually do this, but the ball is going to be in his hands a lot. And like, there's 2 sides of that. One is like he could turn it over a ton and be really sloppy and not be able to defend with enough strength in the NBA. But there's also a world which he lights it up from 3, and he's just, nobody really expects much, I don't think, from him in his rookie year. So there's a pathway there. I'm gonna write these down.
So again, I was gonna take Benny with my pick. That's actually who I was deciding between Ivy and him. Jabari Smith is also a good pick because, like I said, he's playing with a bunch of 15-year-olds on the Rockets. So
I do want to comment on Jabari. Like, he had he really struggled in summer league, and that's fine. Like, I don't know that there's going to be an offense that's more built around his strengths, which is shooting and like whatever leverages his height. But I also think his defense, and we saw this with Barnes and Mobley last year when they were chosen, is that their defensive impact I think Cade Cunningham would have won if he was healthy all year. But Barnes and Mobley's defensive impact were a huge part of why they were neck and neck for winning the Rookie of the Year award. And I think Jabari Smith Jr. will have a similar effect, even though Houston's going to be a pretty crud team generally, defensively especially. But Jabari Smith could be a special defensive player, and that might boost him in this.
Jabari's one of those guys, Aiden. Yeah. Jabari's one of those guys, Aiden, that like you look at and you're like, he almost has to be in the top 5, kind of for.
I mean, he could average 6 points a game and as like the 3rd overall pick and just totally flunk out. But if he scores at a decent clip, I think his defense will help him be more competitive in the voting.
Yes, and what helps a lot is that he's not coming in as the guy. I don't think any of these guys are. Maybe Banchero, maybe the most, but everyone knows Jalen Green is the guy for the Rockets. He's probably going to take the most shots this year for the Rockets. It's his team, and Jabari can just come in and play off of that. Same thing with Keegan. Keegan's the same way. Like the Kings roster, it's not that bad in terms of talent. Like they got De'Aaron Fox, they got Sabonis from last year's trade. They got Mitchell, who's a pretty good rookie. They signed Monk, Herter, Barnes. Like they have a pretty good top 7.
I like the Kings this year, to be honest. Like I don't think they're going to be incredibly good, but I think they're going to be kind of a spunky team to watch.
Yeah. Jabari pick is good. I'm gonna. Every reason I just gave is for why I should probably stay away from Keegan Murray. There's just so many guys there. There's so many mouths to feed on that Kings team. It doesn't seem like it, but all the guys I named: Fox, Sabonis, Monk, Herter, Barnes, Mitchell. I guess people are gonna hate this. I guess I'm just gonna play it safe and go Keegan Murray because he may not win the Rookie of the Year award. I think Banchero is the clear favorite, like we said it to start. But I'm gonna go Keegan Murray. I mean, what I saw in Summer League, this kid is he can just score, man. He can just score so well. And I saw a couple people compare him on Twitter. Again, I haven't watched him a ton, but I saw some pretty crazy comparisons. I'm going to go Keegan Murray pretty confidently.
That's the right.
Yeah, I think it's a safe pick. Yeah.
Okay. Moving along.
He looked good in Summer League.
He looked very good, and he could win like the way Barnes won. They finish as a 7th seed, or they make the play-in, and he's their third, top third, the third scorer on the team, or like the defensive link. Jesus, I can't talk. The defensive linchpin on the perimeter. So there are a couple of ways in which he could be not on the perimeter, but just kind of within their team. So there's a couple of ways he could win. I think after that, it really kind of falls off. There's Shaedon Sharpe and Dyson Daniels, but they both are major uncertainties, and they're both playing on teams that are looking to win. So I don't know that they're going to get a lot of run. Same thing for Ochai Agbaji. So I'm going to go with Jalen Williams for the Oklahoma City Thunder, who's also a plus 3,300. So that gets me into the bonus. Nice. He also looked really good in Summer League with Chet Holmgren injured. He's going to be the rookie of focus for Oklahoma. I think he might even start. I'm at a loss at who would be, the small forward for them. So I like Jalen Williams. He's a kind of a multi-tooled guy that can attack and play defense and shoot. After that, I think so many options. I'm going to go all the way down to Tari Eason, who is at 8,000 plus 8,000. So it's big odds, but I don't know if you guys saw him in Summer League. He's a large, small forward. He's super. He's multi-dimensional, especially on the defensive end. Like he's long. He's athletic. He can score, but I think he's going to be the rookie, especially in the first year, for Houston. He might even outshine Jabari Smith Jr. just because I think he's a little bit more developed. And so at that odds, I don't mind taking him.
I like that. I'm going to, so again, now I'm going to do a deep dive, right? I've taken Jaden Ivey and Keegan Murray. Here comes the deep dive. Yeah, you're going to have to keep scrolling. No, I'm joking. I am going to go, not a super, super deep dive, because Tari Eason's down there, but I'm going to go Jaden Hardy, Dallas Mavericks. What's his name? I just said it in the MVP. Jalen Brunson. He's not there anymore. And I'm not trying to say he's going to step in and into that role or whatever it is, but I just think it eases his transition into that team, into whether it's likely or not, if he's going to kind of make his mark this season. I think there's going to be opportunity. Jaden Hardy, from what I see, can score the ball really, really well. There's a reason he's plus 4,000, not plus 10,000. I think the path, like I said, is a little easier. He's young. I like him. And one small thing, it might not make a difference, but he's a guard. Jason Kidd is a guard. Jason Kidd may be looking to mold this guy kind of into what he wants to see. I mean, if there's one, I'm sure we don't all consider Jason Kidd an elite coach, but one thing we will say is that he's one of the best guards ever to play the game. And I think that can help Jaden Hardy's progression a little bit for Dallas, teaching the little things. But I'm going to go Jaden Hardy on the Dallas Mavericks. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, guys, did he spend a year with the G League Ignite?
Yeah, he was with the Ignite. It's a great pick because I think he was a top prospect and he kind of fell off a little bit.
Exactly.
But with Brunson gone and Dinwiddie, you never know with injury, like he might suddenly be thrown into the spotlight. And he had a pretty solid G League too, so it's a good choice. I was toying with him as well.
Yeah.
It is all about opportunity at this point in the draft, right? It's like, who's going to crack into the rotation in their first year and be able to showcase what they're capable of.
Last thing, really quick, Oren, Dallas did trade up for Jaden Hardy too. So, I mean, someone must have stepped up in that war room, in that draft room for Dallas, and said, we need that guy. So I have some faith in the kid.
On a team that was trying to trade out of this pick to get OG Anunoby, I'm picking Shaedon Sharpe next. Obviously, we haven't seen anything, right? He got injured in the first game of Summer League. He hasn't played competitive basketball in like 2 years. Honestly, I don't even know what to make of him as a player. All I can say is that he's stepping into a good situation in Portland where I think he's going to get real minutes. They need wings. They need bigs, or like big wings who can play around Dame and hopefully defend a little bit, hopefully make some open threes. And yeah, if that team, not even if that team does well, just if he cracks into the rotation, maybe he even starts. And he's a little bit, nobody knows what to expect of him. So if he is a little more polished than people think, maybe he breaks into the voting. So Sharpe will be my number one guy.
And you got lucky, man, because he's right on that 2,000 multiplier, man. You got
I know. Yeah, I gotta put some X's
he could literally play 0 minutes next year, because actually for the first time Portland has some wing depth, which is kind of ironic. But he could also suddenly just really, exceed expectations quickly.
Yeah.
They have some depth, but like I'm gonna pull it up right now.
They got Josh Hart. They got Nasir Little, who I have high hopes for this year. Those are like the two main
Nasir
guys.
Little, Dollarama.
No, and Jeremy Grant.
Oh, and Grant.
Jeremy Grant is the guaranteed starter. I actually thought, Hart will probably grab that other starting spot. So that's true. The other guy I'm gonna say, again, this is more of an opportunity pick than anything, but I'm gonna go Jeremy Sohan on the Spurs. He reminds me of Herb Jones, because I don't know if you guys remember this, but Herb was getting some rookie of the year love at certain points in the season. And I just think it's a similar situation where Sohan will come in, he'll defend right away at a high level, really switchable. I just like the film I've seen of him. I like most of the guys who I trust, really liked him in the draft. and he's going to get a lot of steals. And honestly, he could start at the 4 for that Spurs team. Like, there's not enough depth there to where there's an easy path for him to crack into the rotation. So those are my 2. And thank God I'm done, because that it's getting thin.
It's there, yeah. It's there. The kids are young, man. Dyson Daniels is 19. Ousmane Dieng is 19 years old. But now Oren's right. Like, at this point, you just got to think about opportunity. Who can get on the court? Who can produce? I really like Agbaji as a player on the Cavs, but again, is he going to have that opportunity? I don't know. They could just throw him down in G League and then bring him up at the end of the season. He just might be one of those guys. But I'm going to take a wild risk here, and I'm going to go Christian Coloco. I'm gonna pander again. Are you guys ready? I want to pander.
You are pathetic.
I'm that guy. You can never go wrong. That's the good thing. When you take Raptors, you can't go wrong, right? Because no one's gonna get at me for taking Christian Coloco. So I'm gonna take Christian Coloco. I think he finds a role on the Raptors. I don't know how large, but I do think he finds a role in this team, and I'm excited to see the different dynamic he brings, especially defensively. He's gonna have Scotiabank Arena rocking this year with some of the blocks. He's gonna chase some of the dunks. I could already see alley-oop, pick and roll alley-oops with him and Fred, and they actually had one. And I mean, we might as well just ban the words Rico
Hines runs.
Well, he is starting and Rico Hines runs.
Hey, exactly. There we go. So there's my pick. I'm gonna that's my last pick, Aiden, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
I'm gonna finish up.
We'll give honorable mentions after, but
yeah.
I heard somewhere that after Jalen Rose, the name Jalen exponentially grew in popularity.
There's some good stories on that, yeah.
So it's only fitting that my second and last pick is also a Jalen.
Yeah,
I'm going with Jalen Duren, plus 4,000, no problem. Nice bonus odds. I think by the end of the year, he's the starting center for Detroit. Like, he's an absolute monster, and he's going to have trouble adapting, I think, to the NBA level to begin. But he has the potential to be the averaging 4 blocks a game, 8 rebounds, and 13 points, and that might just be enough to get into the Rookie of the Year voting. So I'm going to take Duren.
I thought about him, but then I thought about Detroit's center depth, and it's pretty good. And so I don't really see
unless you don't
more than
call
20
any
minutes a game.
Those guys centers, except for Noel.
Yeah, that's what it's about, though. Right now, it's about how clear is that path, and who knows? Yeah. Isaiah Stewart might fight him. So
yeah, he might break his nose.
Maybe they trade one of Noel or Isaiah Stewart.
I think that's what happens. Duren is clearly their center of the future. I think Stewart they got lucky with. I don't think they envisioned him doing as well as he did. And Stewart's a great 18-minute a game backup center, but he's not a starting center. Duren's the guy, and it's just a question of how quickly does he fill what they expect him to be.
Yeah. Do you guys want to just do one more, or do you want to just do honorable mentions?
We can do a quick one.
Yeah, let's just do 5. We might as well.
Nice. I'm going to go with Malachi Branham, another San Antonio Spur. I liked what I saw in Summer League. He looked like he looked a lot more ready for the NBA level than I think people anticipated. San Antonio is in a complete rebuild. They don't really have a starting point guard since Murray was traded. I think right now it's Trey Jones, so it's not that strong. And I could see him towards the end of the year getting a lot of run and racking up some points. So, like you said, it's all about opportunity.
I love his name.
So
biblical.
Old Testament shit.
Malachi Branham.
I'm
going to go and I know this is Oren's pick, and I'm so because Oren, he said that deliberately, where he said I want to do one more pick because one guy caught his eye.
No, now I know who you're picking. I know
who you're picking too.
This has to be,
but it wasn't.
And I bet it's not who Oren was going to pick.
No,
So
I'll explain after my thought process.
I'm gonna go Nikola Jovic.
Oh,
You
guys think that was
bastard!
it?
That is my pick.
Oh.
I thought you were gonna
So-
take Nemhard.
So did I.
No. So like obviously the Canadian sticks out like a sore thumb, right? Middle of the screen, middle of the list. Yeah, I'm gonna go Nikola Jovic.
How
Miami
did you know
Heat.
that was my pick?
I don't know. I just was reading the names, and at first the entire time when we were going through each pick, I was thinking, Oren's eventually going to take Nembhard. It's just he loves Canada basketball, loves all that good stuff, and then Nembhard's still on the list. So I'm like, you know what? There's one guy that's name sticks out. He's on a very good Miami Heat basketball team. Probably other than the Raptors, maybe the best player development team in the league. Miami Heat. So I'm going to go Nikola Jovic. And I'm going to happily go Nikola Jovic because I know that was Oren's pick.
It's funny that you
Time
like
to
thought
relax.
that way too, because the whole time I was thinking Nemhard, and then I thought Jovic, and I thought how good of the Heat do of developing, and they always just have these guys that come out of nowhere and produce for them in their first year, and it feels like a really good opportunity for him. But my backup is still Andrew Nemhard, so I'm taking it.
Nice.
I mean, Nemhard is going to impress people with how polished he is. Like,
Mhm.
he's a really experienced player, and Team Canada does have to do with that, whether people like it or not. I hate how few teams are willing to let their young players go play for their country in the offseason. Like, Canada released their FIBA AmeriCup roster, and it's so bad. And it's just like, if the Spurs let Josh Primo play and like Benedict Mathurin, like these guys should be there getting that experience. I just think it's better for them in the long term than a week of training camp or whatever. But
I understand Benny not being there just because now with Chet being out with that freak injury, some teams are probably thinking twice about their rookies.
Guys are playing all the time. Like
that's true. You can't stop it. Josh Primo would have been good though. I don't know why he's not there. That to me makes little to no sense. I don't understand that.
Yeah, and I think Banton is going to have a really a bit of a breakout tournament. I think he's going to be one of the better players there
100%.
even. Like, and I think that'll be good for his career. I wish more teams. That's like a side thing. I just wish, but I said that because Nemhard does have a lot of that experience from the youth levels all the way up to the senior team. He's going to come in as a rookie guard, which most guards don't do, and I think he'll be productive right away. So, yeah. I don't know if productive enough to be the freaking rookie of the year, but hey, he'll come off the bench. So,
any honorable mentions, or did you exhaust your knowledge?
My knowledge is done.
I want to throw out Jake LaRavia because I think the Grizzlies grabbed him, and with Triple J out for 4 to 6 months, I could see him getting some run.
Yeah, and just because we haven't reached our Rico Hines quota yet in terms of the amount of times you've mentioned those runs, I'm going to say Marjan Beauchamp.
Yeah.
I hope I said that right. I don't know if I did, but I cut up some clips. I think it was like a month ago, maybe a few weeks ago, of a bunch of Scotty Barnes clips, and Marjan was at those runs, and that kid, I'm not basing it all off Rico Hines runs. He's on the Milwaukee Bucks, likely doesn't find a pathway on that team. But hey,
he soars.
This kid looks good, and like my other pick, Jaden Hardy, Beauchamp was really, really, really highly recruited coming up, and he also, if I'm not mistaken, Aiden was in G League Ignite as well. So
and he's exactly what Milwaukee needs. Like they need some athleticism in the backcourt, somebody that can kind of pop, and so like if he can give them anything, who knows.
I mean, at this point, G League Ignite just needs to hire me as their socials guy because now I'm doing all the hashtag ad work for them.
All right, well, that's it. That wraps up our 5.
Well,
let's run through who we got.
So I spelled Paulo wrong here.
Paolo. So Aiden's got Paolo Banchero, Jalen Williams, the forward. There's another Jalen Williams on that team. Tari Eason from the Houston Rockets, Jalen Duren from Detroit Pistons, and Malachi Branham from San Antonio Spurs. I have a full team. Like I have a guard, a center,
you have your guard.
forward.
Yeah, and you're big.
Yeah.
Okay. Jaden Ivey. Yeah, Jaden Ivey's. I mean, if Paolo doesn't win, Jaden Ivey's winning Rookie of the Year. Like I just don't see it.
Yeah, I
any other
agree.
way.
That's why I'm mad.
I don't know. I think he's gonna have a Jalen Green kind of year where the first half where he's much worse than we think, and then he kind of picks it up towards the latter half of the year.
Yeah, I can see that, a slow start. What pick am I most happy with? You guys know.
Koloko.
You guys know. It's that fourth name right there.
You can't play Jovic and Koloko together, buddy. Those two are not.
You know what's
fitting.
funny, Oren? Why did I think when I drafted him? Obviously, I had his draft profile up because I'm cheating, right? Why did I think he was 6'8"? He's 6'10", and the last clip I've seen of him,
Koloko?
No, Jovic.
Nikola Jovic.
And combined weight, they're 250 pounds.
I thought Jovic was 6'8".
Jovic.
He's 6'10". He's a big guy.
No.
Yeah, he's a big guy. He moves smooth though for his.
Yeah, he's a center for sure.
Koloko, I'm most happy with, and then Jaden Ivey's winning Rookie of the Year.
Jovic is
all right, I got Jabari Smith, Ben Mathurin, Shaden Sharp, Jeremy Sohan,
Team
and
Canada.
Emhard.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
I
got 3 of them. Oh, you guys are
Team
screwed.
Canada.
You know why this is my team? Because Canada is underrated in basketball. Our players are constantly disrespected by these American elites, and this year will be another reminder that these guys are taken too low in the draft, et cetera, et cetera.
Leave it to the Team Canada guy for Raptors Republic to draft Canadians. It's just so predictable.
3 Canadians, you guys are screwed, man.
I'm waiting for that Lillard mid-season trade, and then Shaden Sharp is just gonna like a rocket ship. It's gonna be fun.
Okay, so that wraps it up. Thanks everybody for joining us. We're trying to make these shorter and shorter, but we're just so long-winded. We just love to hear ourselves talk. We have, if you missed it, there was MVP before this. We still have Coach of the Year, Most Improved Player of the Year, and Sixth Man that we're going to do in the coming days. Maybe Kyle Brickman joins us. Who knows? Remains to be seen. But like us, subscribe to us. We're going big this year. We're trying to hit, I don't know, what is it, 20,000 followers?
8 million followers.
Yeah, we're trying to make the big time here. I really just want to quit my job and talk about basketball 24/7. That's it. So you can make that happen.
That's the dream.
Only you.
You, the viewer.
Each and every one of you.
All you have to do is transfer me $3,000
every week.
Tell your mother, tell your father, tell the next outing you go to. Like I know I'm talking, you're going to a barbecue next week. Yes, I'm
Raptors Republic.
To you. And you're gonna talk to everybody about Raptors Republic. Wrap up live, yeah.
YouTube
and
on your grandfather's
also,
phone.
I'd just like to say that I love each and every one of you. I respect you, respect the game, and
respect the platform.
And go Team Canada, who beat Panama yesterday.
Yeah,
that's it.
Huge.
Cheers. Peace out. Nice.